to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know this. You know. Estimated 200 million people have died. Probably by the time I finish this talk. Unnecessarily, now we have over 120 million dead from COVID. That's why I made it a priority my entire career to work closely with you. From the time I got to the Senate 180 years ago.
Well, ain't that amazing? How's everybody doing today? I'd like to introduce myself. I'm James Hayden, and this is the Crusader podcast. Basically, we're produced by civisgravis.com, and the best way to describe us is a conservative opinion, pardon my own speech, a conservative opinion who's sending out a signal. Period. So, boy, a lot's happened. I'm not really going to go over the voter fraud video. There are so many people that have covered it, and nobody knows what to think or do. People are trying to ignore that. It looks pretty shady. And it does seem like President Donald Trump is getting screwed royally. Period. But today's episode is titled Biden Meant to Fail. And it was actually going to start out a bit differently until I got reading, looking, and listening to the whole broken foot thing. So I went over and I listened to President-elect Joe Biden's explanation of how he broke his foot. And not that he even owes us an explanation. But what amazes me is it seems like every time he speaks, he lies. And in situations where he don't have to, or he's just on autopilot making crap up as he goes along. I'm not sure. But, wow. Well, let's listen to what he had to say about how he broke his foot.
Shower, I got a dog, and anybody's been around my house knows. Little pup dropped a ball in front of me, and for me to grab the ball, and I'm walking through this little alleyway to get to the bedroom, and I had the ball like this, and he ran, and I was joking, running after him to grab his tail. Mm-hmm. What happened was that he slid on a throw rug, and I tripped on the rug he slid on.
Alright, because I'm going to review what he says and try to put it all together, let's listen to it one more time. It took me a few times to put the story together. Well, to put it together in my opinion.
Shower, I got a dog, and anybody's been around my house knows. Little pup dropped a ball in front of me, and for me to grab the ball, and I'm walking through this little alleyway to get to the bedroom, and I had the ball like this, and he ran, and I was joking, running after him to grab his tail. And what happened was that he slid on a throw rug, and I tripped on the rug he slid on.
All right, that's quite the amazing tale. Let's start off. Let's see. He meanders on and don't connect sentences or events very well. He starts out, showering, got a dog, and nobody knows my house. Oh, pardon me. Showering, got a dog, as anybody knows my house. Showering, got a dog, as anybody knows my house. What the hell does that mean? Well, let's try to put this together. Ask anyone who knows his house. They will tell you that the little pup will drop the ball at Joe's feet when he gets out of the shower. I'm assuming he doesn't shower clothed, so the picture is starting off horrifying. This elderly, sagging old man with... Well, I'm not going to go on with the description. It would be funny, but I did put this as not being explicit. So, as anyone knows his house, they will tell you that the little pup will drop the ball at Joe's feet when he gets out of the shower. Does that mean the pup is used to playing with a wet and naked President-elect Joe Biden? Then he grabs the ball, and he goes to an alleyway. Big WTF here. What the... He's not modest. He's out in an alleyway running around naked with his little pup and a red ball, I'm assuming. So he goes on, he grabs the ball, goes running after him, and then throws the ball. So is he outside, naked, playing catch with the little pup? Or is this elderly old man blitzkrieging around the house, throwing the ball around, and the dog's chasing it, and it's all balls and old man breastises? I mean, the picture is scary. I don't ever want to eat dinner at the Bidens. He grabs the ball, goes running after him, and then throws the ball. So he says that he grabs the ball, goes running after the little pup. I think he states he's going after the little pup's tail, and he throws the ball. And as I said, is he outside playing catch with the pup, or is this going down in the dining room? Oh, then he's back in the house. This is where the pup slips on the rug, and he trips on the rug. My God, I'm glad that Joe and his pup ain't clumsy, because, boy, they could really get hurt if they were clumsy. So, well, let's put it all together one last time. Ask anyone who knows his house. They will tell you that the little pup will drop the ball at Joe's feet when he gets out of the shower. I guess all his friends and family know this. Then he grabs the ball, goes to an alleyway. I'm wondering if there's an interdimensional gate. Maybe he's got a TARDIS. He grabs the ball. Now, all this time, he's supposedly naked, or maybe just has a towel. So he grabs the ball, goes running after him, and then throws the ball. Then, I guess when he goes running after him, he chases him back to the house where the pup slips on the rug, and he trips on the rug. I think he trips on the dog. He just don't want to have PETA coming down on him. I mean, for God's sakes, it's like a chapter out of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The guy walks into the bathroom, he gets some toilet paper, and he's zapped into like this crazy mishapped adventure. I mean, Joe, he travels through time and space in his own house. A real Doctor Who in his TARDIS. But the truth is, he sounds like a 4-year-old little boy, just meandering and generating stories for attention. Don't he know Kamala and Hillary are making accommodations for him at Shady Acres? Doesn't he realize that Kamala is laughing her butt off, realizing she will be president by Valentine's Day? What he says and how he tells stories are just so G. Willikers, white boy, Richie Cunningham from Happy Days. And the 12-step snowflake far leftists are going to chew him up. I guess the fool never realizes they're the fool until it's the end. So, how I originally was going to start this, it was to say on December 1st, 2020, I watched President-elect Biden and his Veep-elect speak live, along with some other folks. A new Secretary of Treasury, Janet Yellen. She is so old and feeble, I don't think she's going to make it. I don't think she's going to make it to Christmas. She is ancient. It seems he's bringing back the dinosaurs to once again rule the earth. What was it Jeff Goldblum's character said in the first Jurassic Park? Just because you can does not mean you should. Don't get me wrong, I love the speech. If it was sincere, I would have loved the speech. But I don't feel he is sincere. He is promising an awful lot. Some of the help I could use. But it's not worth the huge debt that we are going to owe someone, some country, some international bank, or some other dark force that's going to take a piece of the American cash pie. And it seems to be these days, people don't even want the money. They're in love with mind control. They're in love with telling their neighbors how to live and what to do. We're all guilty of it, myself included. The other thing that is always on my mind with President-elect Joe Biden is he taking payments from China? He's been shady enough that when I hear this rumor, I feel a bit of panic. He's rushing us towards communism. He played neutral very well throughout his election. That was how Jimmy Carter got in. He played the perfect neutral component. But what is our future? Though POTUS Trump is a big mouth, he makes his intentions absolutely clear. If he's going to spend money, he usually has a plan to make that money. Joe answers the same questions differently. Sometimes, not only does he not know how he's going to pay for it, his answers are not possible by our laws of physics in our current dimensional reality. The big worry is, where does that leave my children and grandchildren? How much interest? How much GDP do we need to pay it back? How long until a hostile force gets in our face and demands repayment? For him to plan on borrowing more money than Bush, Obama, and Trump borrowed all put together, and reduce our military by reducing that spending and removing our guns, sounds like he's fattening the goose and opening the gates for a hungry pack of wolves, quite possibly Chinese wolves. We also have to consider, what will PE and VPE do, our president-elect and vice president-elect. What's he going to do to Trump's friendly allies? What's going to happen to Israel? Will the Trump Middle East peace deal continue, or it will be dissolved? I imagine it will be dissolved. Will Israel be thrown to the lions? Most likely, because wasn't it him, Obama and Kerry and Hillary, that gave Iran $150 million and the proper nuclear material to make their own nuclear bombs? I mean, wasn't he already part of betraying all of civilized humanity by giving Iran nuclear weapons? Their leader, if he feels a voice from God tells him to launch those nuclear weapons, is going to launch those nuclear weapons. Why is Kamala Harris so quiet? I know why. She's just sitting back. She's waiting. The only real thing she did was appear on The View, and they gave her all cotton candy questions and declarations. It seems President-elect is really just replaying ideals, policies, and quotes from our leaders of the 60s and 70s. He's pretending to be Kennedy, and he's going to deliver Carter. It's like expecting a lobster and getting a frozen pizza. Still frozen. What I think will horrify the Democrats and their liberal allies is that President-elect is truly going to perform his job. He don't see himself as a straw woman candidate. He thinks he's going to make the term. And that's my new term, straw woman. He's nothing but a straw woman candidate. Once the sun dries him to a crisp and he dissolves, she's going to step up, pull her balls out of her purse, and lead this country straight into fascist socialism. Now, I do like his saying, we need help for rent and some other required expenses. Many still out of work. Many different essentials and medical people are out of work because now everything is done through televisits, video visits. Ah, boy, I'm getting the signal. Looks like I'm running out of time. Maybe check us out tomorrow. I might put an addendum to this episode because I still got more ground I want to cover. But I want to thank everybody for listening. God bless. God bless us one and all. May wisdom win out for every human being on this planet tonight. Good night.